Hi, my name is V, aka Dread Mage Inquisitor, and today kind of marks like a first video for my channel, and I wanted to just really kind of be like more casual with it because I initially planned to have like a makeup tutorial as my first video. I'll fix that in a moment, but I had a makeup video planned and I lost all the footage for that, and I just got really disheartened by that because I put a lot of time into it. But today, this is kind of like I was inspired by it, but I was inspired by Hayden, aka FLK's like recent video about like her smell goods, and I thought that would just be like a really fun video to kind of start off with, to kind of work my way into like making more content in the future. So if you are interested, I hope you keep watching. You were so spun up. Who are you? What the fuck? Okay. I had to fix the glasses chains, which I think these little crosses are like adorable. And I really like them. I got a gift from my mama. But I'm going to start this obviously with the smallest category, which is candles. Now, because of me watching Hayden's video, I have ordered 2 candles from Veluspa. I ordered Temple Moss, which was one that Hayden recommended in her video, and then just going through the website and looking at the other candles that they had, I picked up Burning Woods because I like more woody smells, and like reading the scent notes on that, which I don't have like on me obviously. That was just seems to be something I'd really be interested in as far as like candle scents. And while we're talking about candles, I guess I've always really liked woody scents and like floral scents, but I'm very particular about like the floral scents and stuff, and I'm okay with certain gourmands, but I don't like smelling anything that's entirely too sweet. Like the only like candle that I would consider like entirely too sweet that I still like the smell of is like hot chocolate scented candles. I love hot chocolate scented candles, and I wish someone just made them year round instead of me having to wait until fucking like, you know, the holidays come around and then picking up a bunch. And it's the same with my other favorite scent, which is pine. So like Glade, like around like winter, like Christmas time, they release like the pine scent, and I always buy as much as I can because it's one of like my favorite scents, and it's hard to find anything year round that has that kind of scent. But I have found one that I really like. But I had to pull a lot of these candles from just like near like the trash can and stuff like that, because like most of them are completely burned up. I've used them all, and I am desperately short on actual candles, and that's just how it is. So they're off camera on this little table. I don't know the brand of this, but I know this came in a workers appreciation bag I got for my job, and it's just this little tin, and it's a gardenia scented candle, and it doesn't have that strong of a scent, but I do feel like that has to do with the fact that it's literally been a year and I just now like was burning it. I could try to scrape the rest of this wax out and put it in my wax warmer that I got recently that doubles as a lamp. But this has a very light floral scent, And it doesn't have like any other scent notes. It just says gardenia. So, but this is a pretty okay candle. I couldn't really smell the scent itself while it was burning, but I do also just, my nose has been kind of stuffed up and it's been hard for me to smell a lot of things recently. So I could have just been stuffed up and couldn't smell this. But there's that one. This next one I want to say is the Kirkton House candle. This was like a Mother's Day candle that they were selling at Aldi's. And this was called Mother Defined. And the scent notes are apple blossom, sweet basil, and cucumber. And I thought this candle smelled really good. And like, obviously it's completely burned up. Like the wick is gone. But I loved when I was burning this. When I burn these, I kind of have 3 places I kind of put them. I either put them on the lip on the top of my bed during the day, like when I'm awake, obviously. Or I put them in front of my window over here, or where they've currently been burning, which I feel like probably is why like the whole room doesn't smell like it. I have a shelf over here that I kept my candles on. And like I have incense over there too, but like none of the incense are kind of like worth noting the scent of because I don't really burn them. But so I just have like 3 places I kind of put the candles around. But I typically notice the scent in the room more when it's on the top lip of my headboard or over by my window. Because like by my window I have a AC window unit and it'll blow the scent around, and I should probably do that more. But yeah, this was a really good candle. Aldi's has some really good candles from time to time, but like this was one of the 2 more recent ones I bought from Aldi's. And the other one I bought from Aldi's is this one. I want to heat this up and get all the wax out to kind of just keep this little container because I like the shape of it and I like the little gradient. This is another candle I got, and this is, I don't see a brand, but it is from Aldi's, and it's honey pistachio. I had the little note card that was on top of it, but because I think it was more than that. I think it was like caramel and something else. But this was like, it smelled really good, but because of the shape of the jar, once we hit like this bottom part, the wick would not stay lit because there's just too much of like the candle wax itself. But I broke down a lot of that excess and I had it in my warmer. And like I could technically continue to light this and like properly finish it. So I don't know, I'll probably do that. But like this is one of the more sweeter scents. But it was really good. And it's just nice to have like a nice smelling candle, especially like after a hard day of work. Next one. I bought this a while ago. And this is the, I don't know if it's Trio or Treo, the Kyoto Forest candle. And the scent says green fig leaves, bamboo, jasmine, and petrichor. And I remembered I like the scent of this because it does smell like rain. It just smells like the woods in the rain. And it's a really nice scent. Wow. That's a lot of candles. That's a lot of candles. This says don't burn over 4 consecutive hours. My issue is I do be forgetting that I have candles lit sometimes, so I kind of leave them burning longer than they probably need to be. But try to be better about it. This wasn't really an issue for that because I would light it, and then like maybe an hour or so later I would be very tired and I'd blow it out so I could take a nap. But yeah, this was a really good candle. And obviously I bought this one at TJ Maxx, I think. Yeah, TJ Maxx. We have a Marshall's here in town, and one of the candles that I have, because I think I bought two, but I ended up, I think I already went through the other one. But yeah, the next one I'm gonna show, and the one that like I'm currently burning, is from Marshall's, and this is the current one I just started to burn, I think about a day ago, and this is the Sensational Dragon Fruit Kiwi candle, and it has lush notes of tropical dragon fruit, guava. It says lush notes of tropical dragon fruit and guava blend with the spiciness of Sichuan and black pepper sweetened with pure island agave. And honestly, this candle, like, it smells good. Like, you can smell like the sweetness of it, but it's not like overly sweet. And I literally just put it out, so the top of it is just starting to solidify again. And this has like a wooden wick. I like the crackling sound of the wooden wicks that they make when you first light them. Obviously, I know with wood wicks you have to keep your eye on them in case the flame gets a little too out of hand, but I've not had issues so far with that one. And then the last candle, which is like my precious, this is from Walmart, and like I know Walmart, I'm not sure if they like rotate the scents out or not, but this is like the only one. So it wasn't the only one there, but like I hope when I get paid I can go get another one of these or a couple, because this is just probably like my all-time favorite scent. And this is from Goose Creek, and it's forest pine trees. And the scent notes are forest pine, eucalyptus, and cedar. It makes my heart happy. This, like, I pretty much had this like lit almost every day, like after I bought it, because it was one of my favorite kind of scents. And it's so hard, especially knowing that like usually pine is like considered like a winter scent, that this is like my precious to me. And I get kind of bummed out when I think about it, and I'm kind of hoping that this is like a permanent fixture at Walmart, so like I always have at least access to like something like this. And a lot of them, like a lot of the candles, like, yeah, they smell good, they don't really bring any like particular kind of like feeling or memory, but this Goose Creek candle and the Kyoto Forest candle always like pretty much put me smack dab in the middle of like fog covered forests, and it always gives me like a little like little mystery vibe. And it's kind of spooky because you don't really know what's there, but at the same time you're curious and you want to go like exploring. So those two candles really kind of let my brain have a little exercise in like imagination and things like that. So yes. Okay. And now that we're done with the candles, I'm gonna move into basically like perfumes, lotions, and like oils. Now, I have mostly perfume oils, and those obviously work a lot differently than like regular perfume does, because perfume oils you kind of have to apply directly to the skin, and you don't want to put it on clothing because oil, like, it can leave an oil stain. And I have a lot of perfume oils, so I'm going to kind of put those on the back burner and just kind of go over just the other things that I only have like a couple of. And so this is the little weird But a lot of like the basis of like when I'm layering like perfume and stuff is I do consider how it layers with my deodorant, because the deodorant I use is the Old Spice Timber deodorant. This just smells really good, and it does a really good job, especially for my job. I'm a housekeeper, so like I literally clean rooms all day. And so with all the moving around and cleaning the rooms and tucking beds in and stuff like that, this does a really good job of making sure like I don't stink throughout my shift, because that's like an important thing. Because like if you stink and you're like cleaning rooms, your stink lingers in a room, and that's like one of the hardest. Like it's the thing like I'm particularly anal about. It's like if I'm cleaning a room, I want the room to smell clean. I don't want the room to smell still dirty or like stale body. It's not a good scent. But so I kind of base a lot of my perfumes and stuff around like the deodorant. The smell of the deodorant does fade like over the day, but it's like it's really strong when you initially put it on. And then I only have one body oil, and I've only used it once, and my only issue with it is that the smell is very strong. And it's just this vitamin C all over body oil. It's coconut vanilla scented. All I smell is straight like toasted coconut. And oh, is this the Earth Goodness brand? I don't know. I bought this at Marshall's. It was like $8. And it's a pretty big jar. I've only used it once, so I can't really speak much on like what it does for like my skin, because I use lotion, but I never like, I learned recently that you can layer like oil over it to kind of loyal. You can put oil over your lotion in order to kind of help the moisturizer really sink in. I haven't really had much of a moisturizer problem. Did I get bit? Something bit me. It's fine. I've been watching a lot of like hygiene videos on like TikTok and seeing like what people do for their routines. And I already have a relatively extensive routine, just given with my body size. I have to keep up with my hygiene and making sure that I don't stink, because like I can get sweat trapped in places most people wouldn't. And one of those things is just like I don't want to smell bad. I grew up being told I was the smelly kid, and it's always kind of sat with me. So like I've always been kind of on top of my hygiene game as best as I can. Obviously it's not the best in some places, particularly my teeth, but like I'm trying to work on things very slowly as I can. But once I actually get through a decent chunk of it, I'll like report back on like how I feel about this, because the only downside is it smells like toasted coconut, and that drives me nuts. And then on the topic of it, this is almost gone. This is the Bath and Body Works Cocoa Shea Rich Moisture Body Butter. And it smells like comforting creamy coconut and like shea butter. It just smells really good. Right now it also smells like one of my perfume oils, because I've been mixing them in together when I put them on to kind of have like an overall like scent. But like clearly this is almost gone. And I know the only like Bath and Body Works store that we have is like a couple hours out, and they're like almost always sold out of this. And so what I'm probably going to end up doing is like just rinsing this out really well and using this to mix just like regular lotion and perfume. But I do think I do have like solid bars of shea butter, think I have like a solid thing of shea butter somewhere, and I could probably whip that up into a similar texture to this and do the same thing. But I would have to like really look into that. But this is like really good when I put it on, because I have textural problems when it comes to lotions. Like they make me feel sticky. And that's why like I avoided putting on lotion for a long time, because like it just made me feel sticky. But this doesn't make me feel sticky, and so I'm able to like get my skin like really hydrated and just take good care of it with something like this. I used it today, actually. Like I showered last night, but I fell asleep before I could put lotion on. And I wasn't in like freshly clean sheets and stuff like that, so I just put my lotion on when I got up this morning. And now we're gonna move on to perfumes. I only have 2 like traditional perfumes. And like they have like the mister and stuff like that. And I bought these both from TJ Maxx. Yeah. So this one's like almost empty, as you can tell. And this is the Crystal Beauty Onk Strength. And the scent notes is vanilla, cedarwood, and amber. This just smells really nice. I spray it on every day before I go to work, just so like I kind of smell good for most of my shift. And there's a website, so I want to see like what else they have, if they still sell this, because this is just overall just a really nice perfume. And then the other one I have, it doesn't have the brand on it. Because the back's right here says True Fragrance and Beauty LLC. And this is the 145 chocolate hazelnut. When I first got this, I wore this a lot, especially with the lotion, the body butter that I just showed you. But after a while, like after I hit like this point, all I smelled was like the alcohol. And I'm not sure if that's still the case anymore, but yeah. All I get is like the alcohol scent, which it means it probably expired. And I can't smell anything else. So honestly, this might just kind of be a bust. But like through like the first half of the bottle, it was phenomenal. But like it's obviously gone off. It was this color when I bought it. And you never really know how long something's been sitting on the shelves. Especially like perfumes and stuff when you go buy from like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. So it's you gotta take the brunt of like if something like expires before like you're done using it. And my skin's really sensitive. Yeah. That's probably gone off. And my skin's like super sensitive, so when things go off, my skin will tell me, because like if I were to put something like expired like product on like my skin somewhere, my skin will start like burning and itching. So that's just how I figure out it's time for me to throw stuff away, because I can tell the difference in between, oh, it's just like how that product works, and oh, it's expired. So, but these were both like really good. And particularly like this brand, I'm gonna do some more research into. There's some other brands where I've been looking at perfumes for, and like I'm always kind of looking, but right now I'm not like actively seeking to purchase, because we're moving into my perfume oils where I just have an excess amount of product. And so this entire little drawer is full of my perfume oils. And then I have like a little like perfume graveyard kind of thing going on in here. And I do want to talk about some honorable mentions as far as perfumes go. Honorable because like I use them and things like that. And then I have some empty vials of perfume oils. But obviously we're going to talk about the Mugler, Alien, and I don't know if this was like Alien Goddess. I don't remember which one. We got the OG Alien and then like the one in the gold bottle. I don't remember which one I like the scent of more. I think it was the original Alien. I don't think I liked Alien Goddess. I don't remember. I'd have to like smell them in store or in person again. But one of these like smelled really good and the other one I was just not interested in at all. But I got like the little holiday thing from Sephora, and I bought one of my beloved friends the same like gift set because I was sending them like a little Christmas care package. My friend Bree, aka Nightmare ASMR, I gave them like the same thing. And then they also recommended the Eros perfume and cologne, and I didn't like it. It's not that like I didn't like this one. I've smelled some other Versace colognes, and I just think there's something out there for me, but it's not this one. And that's how I feel about like a lot of more like luxury scents. I haven't really come across one that I enjoyed. The only ones of note that like I know I'm like, oh, I like the scent of that was the Dolce & Gabbana light blue, and I think Versace's bright crystal. I am interested in the Versace Crystal Noir, and I want to be able to smell it in person before I buy it, because I want to, like, it just seems like it'd be up my alley, but I don't ever really know. And then now we're actually moving on to the perfume oils, and all of my perfume oils are from the same brand, and that brand is Siren Song Elixirs. So I have I have like their small like sample vials, and then I have some rollerball ones. Like all the rollerball ones are from their Baldur's Gate collection, and then the little bottled ones are all from the Age of Dragons collection, which is the Dragon Age series of perfumes. And then I have like this little vial of a sample that I got from like an order of just another perfume oil that they made. And that, all the ones in the graveyard I've used, and I can, oh, this one's really good. So this was like the NYX perfume oil sample from Siren Song Elixirs. I know this one smelled really good, and I really liked it. This one still has the oil in it because I didn't like the scent. This is the Seeker perfume oil, and it just smells like, it gives me old lady perfume scent, like powdered rose, and I don't like that. This still has like a lot of the liquid in it, but it's just one that like I never intend to use it because I do not like the scent. This one was a smash hit, and this is one of the two, I believe it's one of the few from the Dragon Age collection that I want to get like a big bottle of, but they're like $70 to get like the big bottle. This is the Dreadwolf one. There's a lot of variations for like Solus, but this was my favorite one, and it still smells so good. And I don't have any of the scent notes pulled up, and I don't have a way to like pull it up because I'm recording with my phone and like my computer's all the way over there. But if you guys want, like, I'll probably take the time to link all my notable ones down in the description. So like honestly, like Dreadwolf is one of the like ones I would recommend. I can tell you that this has, I think, one of the notes in it is chocolate, smoke, chocolate and smoke, I think. But like this one just, I love the smell of this one. And it's the only time I think I really enjoyed like a chocolate scent outside of like the perfume. But like perfume oils just really hit the mark for me on that. The next one is Amados. This is based off of Dorian. And this one, I honestly couldn't really pick up the scent on it, or it's just very light. But like obviously it's empty, and I used it up. I try to use up a lot of my stuff when I get them. So like if I have something that I just don't use and like get rid of, I obviously just like, there was no way for me to like realistically get through that. Woo. They're all falling all over the place. Okay, you throw your fit. This one is unlabeled, but I can tell you which one this is because this is like my all-time favorite one. I have another bottle of it in the drawer, and I guess I can grab that out of there while I'm thinking about it. So these two are the line of Ferelden perfume oils, and this is based off of Cullen, Commander Cullen. And yeah, this is probably like my all-time favorite scent, kind of, period. I can't describe the scent notes, but obviously I think in the Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer, there's dialogue overheard of like what Cullen smells like, and it smells just like that, with like some extra things obviously. But this is, I feel more like myself when I wear this, and so like I think $70 for a big bottle is worth it, especially in this scent. And like I know like I would use it, and it's very rare for me to know like, oh, I'm definitely going to use all this up. But like obviously I've used all of this little bottle up. I'm going to use this entire bottle up. I'm just working through a lot of other things right now that it isn't. And then the third recommended scent, that there's a lot of recommended ones from this one, but I also really liked the Witch of the Wilds, which is based off Morgan. This one just smells fruity. It's like a fruity sweet, but it's not like overly sweet. But those are like, were home runs for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and like put all the bottles back in the graveyard. Yeah, I'm gonna put all the bottles back in the little graveyard. Why I keep them, part of me kept a lot of them for decoration. That was the plan, but I might end up not doing that. But yeah, this is like the little coffin that I put like all my little used up sample perfumes in. Now we're actually gonna tackle this. I have 3 more scents from the Dragon Age line in here, and so I have a Murder of Crows, which I know one of the big scents in here is myrrh, and I do like the smell of this. This one's really nice. This leans more masculine for me, but it's not like totally offensive to my nose. Another phenomenal one that's very much masculine is Storyteller, which is based off of Varric. it smells warm. And that is very hard for me to be like, I don't know how you could make something smell warm, but this smells like warm, worn leather and tobacco, and like, it just smells like a man. And it smells really good, and I like the smell of that. If a man were to be like wearing that and I smelled him, I might act a little crazy. I try not to. Then the last one is Lyrium Ghost, which is based off of, I don't know why his name's eluding me now. It's Fenris. There we go. It's like, why is his name eluding me? This one smells like, it smells like fresh rain and like a nice sweet flower. I like the scent of this. It smells very clean. It's not masculine or feminine. It's kind of unisex, and it's just a really nice scent. But those are all of the Dragon Age scented ones. And now we gotta go into the elephant in the room, which is all the Baldur's Gate ones, which I bought almost all. Like, I was gifted almost all of them from a friend. I guess before I go into that, I have just a random sand and fog vanilla musk oil, and it just smells like vanilla. I use this as a mix-in with some of the other perfume oils that, like, I don't particularly like the scent by itself, but if I add a little bit of vanilla, it just works. It just makes sense. I don't know how it works out that way. That's just how it's worked out. And I gotta go on a refill run. Some of the atomizers, because that's how I get the oil into my lotions. But all of these are from the Baldur's Gate collection of perfume oils from Siren Song Elixirs. So, like, obviously, if I'm gonna recommend like a perfume oil brand or just a perfume brand in general, I do think Siren Song Elixirs is a really good one. All of their perfumes are kind of like made to order, or like they try to make like a fresh batch for like the orders and stuff like that. And you get like a little note card that's like, hey, sometimes the scents aren't like mature yet, give it time and it'll mature and you'll really get like the full experience, which honestly would probably explain kind of like how, like, because I've had these for months at this point. I think they've kind of settled into what their scents are supposed to be. And that's why, like, I kind of feel so strongly about some of them. And I guess I want to start with the ones I don't particularly care for. There we go. There's two of them that I don't particularly care for because I don't like the scent. And the first one is like the Wizard of Waterdeep, and I know this one is like rose water. And it's the issue that that rose smells like powdered rose. And I don't like it. And then the second one is Nature's Gift, which is like Halcyon scent. This smells like wet rocks. It just smells like wet rocks. And while I like the smell of rain, wet rocks is not a great scent to smell like. So what I do, because like I want to like use them both up obviously, is I mix them together. And I think together they work really well to kind of cancel out the things I don't like about them. And then I'll add a little bit of like the vanilla musk. And like it's just a really nice combination that I like. And it'll help me actually get through those two without actually having to suffer like smelling like things I don't want to smell like. Let's see. I'm trying to organize these in... Okay. So I've organized them in kind of like... Because I didn't care for those ones. These ones, they're okay. Like, they're good. But they're not, like, going to be, like, strong recommendations from me. Which is crazy for me. So we have Infernal Engine. It smells like Carlac. This, honestly, if I smelled this on, like, someone else, I would be attracted to it. I just don't like the scent on me. Just because, well, I haven't tried it directly on my skin, which I feel like, which is why, like, I'm going through, like, the process of, like, trying to use them with, like, body butters and just applying them directly on the skin, because I haven't seen how they kind of mature on me. But, like, obviously we have Infernal Engine, which does smell like, it smells like a mechanic. And it's not in a bad way. I actually like the smell of it. And I feel like I would like the smell on, like, someone else. If someone else were wearing it, I think I would be, like, immediately really drawn to that person because, like, they smell like they've been working in a mechanic shop or just, like, working on, like, a hobby car or something. Anything to do with that. And I would just be really attracted to that. So, like, this is, like, an ideal scent. Next one is Githyanki Warrior. This one just smells straight up like Blood and Steel, which fits. And my friend Bree kind of really likes, like, the blood kind of scent. And if I don't end up liking how this smells, like, when it's on my skin, I'm just gonna send this their way. Because I know they'll get, like, a ton of use out of it, more than I would. The third is Pale Elf. This is the one of 2 Astarion perfumes. This one's just obviously based off of the Spawn vampire Astarion. And he describes what he smells like to cover up, like, the scent of death. And it smells like that, and it smells pretty good. Like, I don't mind this. And then we have Aeterna Amantis, which is, like, Vampire Ascendant Astarion. And this one is the one I've currently been mixing in with my body butter and just on my skin, and I like this. I really like this. It's what the Pale Elf is, but it has some more, it's more built up. It has similar notes to, like, one that's in the ones that, like, I wear most often from the line. And so I feel like this is kind of like a good transition into that, because it'd be right there on, like, that cusp, that cutoff line. But, like, this is just really good. And I like the way it smells. So we're going into, like, my top 3. And we're going to start with, obviously, the number 3, which is the Raphael scent, which is called The Devil You Know. This smells spicy. It has, like, black pepper. God, it just smells really good. Like, I know it has, like, a pepper in it. Again, I'll link a lot of my recommended ones down in the description box. I couldn't tell you the scent notes off the top of my head, but this is exactly what I would imagine Raphael to smell like. And it's just really good, especially for, like, what I call, like, my Adam Sandler days, where I just kind of slap on, like, an oversized t-shirt and some baggy pants, and I'm just out and about. Which is usually just going to the grocery store when I get paid to go get, like, my groceries, and then I go home. Like, I don't really do anything besides go to work and I come home. There's not really much to do out here. So, I spend a lot of my time here because I don't have a lot of money to just go out and do things as much as I want to, because all of my money is always tied up in like bills and paying off debt and just taking care of stuff around the house, which, hey, at least I have a house over my head. A lot of people don't. I'm grateful that I have like an actual house that, like, I got roots. A lot of people don't get to have roots. So, like, I'm grateful that I'm able to have that. That's so number 2. Sorry for that little tangent. Number 2 is Oath of Vengeance, which is based off of Minthara. This smells. Oh, that smells really good. Sorry. That one just smells really fucking good. But this one, it smells like a woman, but it's not sweet. There is, I think, like, I know there's floral notes in it, but again, I can't really pinpoint it. I wish I would have went into this with, like, having, like, the notes open that has, like, the scent notes, because I have a note that has all the scent notes of these on there, because I was like, ooh, I really think I like the way that one smells. But, like, I don't have the scent notes. But my number 1 out of the Baldur's Gate ones, that if I'm going to recommend one to anybody out of the Baldur's Gate collection, it would be Daughter of Darkness, which is based off of Shadowheart. It has French lime, I think, in it, because I know they picked, like, the scent based off, like, the smell. Like, she has, like, a little cloister bar that smells like lime, like, in, like, one, I think, in her campwear description. And there's some other scents, but this is one of, like, my favorite scents to put on. I'll layer it with the vanilla musk, and it just kind of adds, like, a whole new kind of, like, scent experience for me. And I think that's really important for me when it comes to, like, perfumes. It's like, I do like things on their own, but I also typically enjoy it more when I layer them together to kind of create kind of like a custom scent, because I think they can marry I think they can marry really well together if you kind of know what scents go with what and what doesn't. But, like, you can really play around with, like, perfume oils in a way, like, because I can layer them and get, like, a custom scent, but usually my go-to is, like, I'll put, like, one scent on one side and one scent on the other and see kind of, like, what that, like, walk by and, like, kind of, like, the smell that emanates from me when they're kind of separate but together, because I think you can lose a lot in actually trying to mix them together. But yeah, I think, like, obviously, like, big shout out to, that's not really, like, but it's like, I really recommend going and taking a look at Siren Song Elixirs. They have an Etsy page. They also have, like, a standalone website, and that's where I get mine. Is I go onto the standalone website and I just order them. Sorry, it's all loud and clacky. I gotta try and put all this stuff back. But yeah, they're all in this little drawer that goes in my makeup organizer. Because when I get ready, I kind of do it over at my desk in front of my computer, because it's, like, the only real space that I have, unless I were to, like, pull, like, a little table out and, like, sit on my bed and do my makeup, which I will be doing in the future unless I decide to start filming on my floor again. But yeah, that was all of my smell goods, and I want to thank you for, like, watching this video all the way through if you did. I completely understand if you didn't. We all have things to do in our lives, but I appreciate that you took the time to sit here with me and hear me ramble on with no notes and not really being able to like educate you really about all of like my spell kits. I plan on, I might do it after this. I just have to offload the footage first, but I might film kind of like all of the makeup products that I feel are like my precious. Like makeup products that are special to me, whether it's because they have like sentimental value, or I just think they're really special, or I have some kind of attachment with them. I think I might make that the next video after I upload this one and just kind of dive right into that. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.